we have not received any information. I only have access to have knowledge of this. And I think we must always encourage people that they can, they have and are allowed to interact with the portfolio committees of Parliament, especially this one on mineral resources and energy. And we will encourage them that if there are challenges of this nature, they must be able to send that correspondence to the portfolio committee so that we can do follow-ups both with the department and the mine concerned. But having said what you said, even if that information were to be sent yesterday, there's just one part in the clip which would be quite interesting, is that even if the social and labor plan come to an end in 2022, the question is there something that is a backup of history of compliance with the social and labor plan? And I think that's what remains critical. And that is why I'm saying if such matters are brought to their attention, we would definitely ask the department to give an account of that particular complaint. So will the mine concerned. So at this stage, it's an information that has not been brought to the attention or for the attention of the portfolio committee. You will also recall the difficulty with people that they must understand with portfolio committees is that they work as a committee, not as individuals. And therefore, anything that has been taken, you have to refer it to that portfolio, to the portfolio committee at its own scheduled meetings, which is quite a limitation in terms of powers. Unlike other institutions that if something is brought to your attention, you just take organize something, you go and attend to that matter. Those are some of the things that we think at the level of Parliament in terms of addressing efficiencies. There must be mechanisms that are in place, including accounting for actions that would have been taken on the basis of the agency of the matter.
All right. So as a portfolio committee, what do you do to ensure that there is constant but meaningful multi-stakeholder engagement? Because you heard one of the community members speak about the mining charter. There's a mining charter 3 compliance report that came out, I think, a couple of months ago or more than that, just looking at compliance with, shall we call it, mine community development.
Look, you will never be able to get until that information is brought to attention. Remember, these are members of portfolio committees who stays in different parts of the provinces, who only come to if they do, when they come to Cape Town, they will come at a specific time and at a specific moment. That's why I said we must draw a difference between a committee and an individual performance. But if those things are brought to the attention, I bet there is not any matter that has been brought to the attention of this portfolio committee, and we don't do a follow-up. But let me also hasten to say, one of the difficulties is that the measurement of the compliance with social and labor plan requires that it be done. And this is what we said, that we need to look at, shouldn't the social and labor plans as part of the mining charter be linked to a specific period of review, so that not at the conclusion of the contract of mine, it's only then when you make a determination of compliance. And amongst other things that we've said, even the department must set up mechanisms, because there are people who are employed to monitor compliance with social and labor plans, so that you don't only deal with the issue of compliance at the tail end of the program. You must be able to look incrementally that if things go at this pace, will those social and labor plans be able to be achieved? But lastly, on this matter, unfortunately, social and labor plans are supposed to be a comprehensive social agreement between communities as well as the department, and as proposed to the department by the primary right holder, who then says these are the things that have to happen, and they must then be monitored and be held accountable on the basis of those commitments that have been made.
And this is the thing.
Now that
This is the thing, Mr. Luzipho.
Yeah,
I'm
saying
just looking at going forward. The partnership models that ensure accountability. For instance, you have the tribal authority there who are accusing the mine of unlawfully extending its operations to other portions of land without permission or compensation. So it speaks to the partnership models that are in place that are clearly not working, because somebody has to be held accountable.
That is why I'm saying there are measures of doing accountability. I don't want us to talk only about this incident, because we must also understand that the question of mining cuts across communities. That is why we say we encourage people so that when we make those necessary interventions, it is on the basis of knowledge that there has been this that has been brought to our attention. For instance, when we were conducting even the public hearings, we kept on saying, you don't only write to this book to a portfolio committee because they are public hearings. Any other matter that relates to mining and energy, that it is your complaint on the area where it happens, bring it to our attention so that we can be able to attend to this matter. But as I said, Parliament, unfortunately, is not an implementing agency. It will not be able to understand operations where they are taking place. Hence, in terms of legislation, anything that they feel they are not comfortable with the implementer, they must be able to bring to the attention of that portfolio committee, so that the executive authority, as a primary accounting institution, is able to account on those allegations or complaints that are being made, including the institution concerned. And I will still encourage that if this matter, they must then just send it to, even if they write it even to the Speaker's office, the Speaker's office will take the matter and refer it to the relevant portfolio committee. Then we'll be able to tackle the matter on the basis of what we've received as a complaint. At this stage, it will be difficult to even understand the facts. Lastly, there is a problem that we must also attend to, and we should not hide it. That the mining charter treaty that we are talking about is the one that was challenged by the Minerals Council of South Africa. And the court made a ruling against the department and organs of civil society that had supported the department on this matter. And which therefore means now there is a doubt even on the status of the mining charter. But there is a need to make sure that compliance where there has been a commitment on the social and labor plan, including how it is integrated on the municipal local economic development initiatives that are taking place, including the integrated development plan, the IDPs. So those are some of the things that we have been encouraging. But we will encourage that this matter, if we, with the agents that they deserve, they can bring it to the attention of the committee. We'll make the department account as to why they have not been able to measure the performance of the mine